Mike? Has anyone seen Mike? Looking for a mic. Just checking on him. Hey guys, welcome to allegedly episode 92 of Two Girls Chirping. I'm Lauren.
I'm Abby.
Abby has a concussion, so she's wearing her
Yay.
like blue light glasses or whatever because the lights are killing her.
They're prescription. Technically, I'm supposed to wear them all the time, but I don't really have bad eyesight, so I don't wear them.
Well, I do, but I stand in solidarity, so glasses on, activated.
Yeah, if you notice me looking down a lot, it's because the lights are really bright, but it's like a hurricane outside, the tropical storm.
Do you want to tell them how you got your concussion? Do you remember?
I remember. My friend's birthday was it was a couple weeks ago, but her birthday party was last weekend. And we were outside, and it's been like 112 degrees. And
humidity of like 90.
Yeah. And it was Survivor themed. And if you're tribe 1, you got to go indoors while they voted out somebody from other tribes. And our tribe 1, first of all, I was top 2. Yeah.
Period.
But the jury voted for the birthday girl to win, obviously. I went inside, though, to cool off and lay on the tile, and I had a little slip and banged my head on the floor instead.
They got like a slanted tile.
Yeah, it's like a little slanted, because I think it was actually a porch or something that was enclosed. I don't know.
I don't think I'm going to be able to do it with my glasses. It just doesn't feel right.
That's fine. I pretty immediately was like, I think I might have a concussion, because I pretty immediately was like, I think I'm going to throw up.
It was also my weekend to work, mind you.
Yeah,
so I didn't really hear anything about it until 5 days later when she sent me. I was at clinicals, of course, because that's where I'm always at. I'm at the club at clinicals. And she sent me a voice message. She was like, I really do think that I have a concussion. And started listing her symptoms, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty textbook concussion. Like,
yeah, here's the thing. The day after, I told Lauren that I hit my head, and then she started trying to evaluate me, and I got scared. And so I was like, I'm actually fine. That's my fault. Anyways, I also have to travel for work this week, so this is really fun. But
it's just a mild one.
Yeah, I'll be fine. You don't need to worry about me. I guess we should probably tell Mom and Dad now that we've told the pod.
They're fine.
Yeah.
We'll see them tomorrow for Father's Day.
We'll see them tomorrow, yeah. Okay. In other news, the PWHL draft happened.
Before we get into the draft, do you want me to say my little NHL tidbits?
Yeah, let's go NHL first, and then the rest of it will be PW.
I like it.
How about that?
Are you ready?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay, NHL tidbit number 1.
Okay.
So, we have talked about Tessa.
Virtue?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Hockey Tessa.
Hockey Tessa.
We've talked about her a couple times. She's engaged to this guy named Magnus who...
Yes, Magnus Krona.
He's an AHL goaltender.
Yeah.
Formerly, his contract was with Nashville, but then he just got traded to Colorado.
Sure did.
Plus a couple picks via Nashville, and in exchange, Nashville got Ross Colton and Isaac Polsch, who is a goaltender. Now, I don't know if Isaac Polsch is going to be the Preds goaltender or if it's just more of like an AHL type thing, but Ross Colton is a pretty big trade, I would say.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who that is.
You'd know him if I showed you pictures.
I probably would. I'm better with faces than names. I do think that Isaac Polsch is kind of like an AHL thing.
Yeah.
Because Magnus only played a couple games for the Preds. I don't even know if he played any. Either way, he's actually now in Sweden playing in the Swiss League.
I don't think he played any games for the Preds. He played some games for the Sharks.
He also played for the Milwaukee Admirals, which is the Preds AHL team.
Yeah. Oh, man. I just love them. And then John Carlson has announced that he will not be returning to the Ducks. And he will be open for free agency. And as of right now, earlier this week, that's, as far as I know, the biggest contender in the free agency. Or the biggest fish in free agency at this point.
Yeah. I honestly, yeah.
He said that he wanted to return to the East Coast where his family is. Like,
And
he didn't want to be all the way in freaking California.
Yeah, I totally respect that.
And he's still he got his team to playoffs, number one. He's still a pretty good player. Even though he's a little bit past his prime. Don't fight me.
I wouldn't want to answer to Joe Quenville.
Hell nah, fam.
At all.
Absolutely not.
I don't blame him. Strictly for that. I do love when players throw down and they're like, I'm not coming back next season. Don't know where I'll be, but not here.
They're like, I would really love to be on the same coast as my family.
Yeah. Also,
if anyone will take me.
Our setup's a little different. We're doing cozy, if you haven't already noticed.
Yeah, my arms are absolutely cooked from yard work, so there was no way I was carrying the chairs in here, and we just decided that we're going to bring back a little cozy episode.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's fine. The Vegas Golden Knights have announced their new head coach for the next season. It's their AHL coach who did relatively well. I think his name's like Craig. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What is it? Coach Craig.
Ryan Craig has been named head coach.
He'll be the 5th one in the franchise.
Which he's never coached in the NHL, so look at them reaching out of the 32 allotted coaches for the... Are there 32 teams?
Yeah, there's 32 teams.
Yeah. Sorry, that number felt right, but then I was like, wait. Where'd I pull that out of?
You were right with your instincts.
Yep.
He's had some pretty good success in the AHL with their affiliate.
I hope he runs
Silver
that
Knights.
team into the ground.
You know, at the end of the day, I could give less than one fuck about them. So I think that's all my little tidbits.
Oh
my God, no, how could I forget? It's involving one of my teams, mind you. The San Jose Sharks, they got Michael Kesselring from Buffalo. In exchange, they gave up like a 20th overall pick in the upcoming...
27th pick in the 2026 draft.
No, they got the 27th pick. They gave Buffalo the 20th overall pick
20th.
in the draft.
Yep.
Now, I did some Reddit digging, and I couldn't find anything bad about this guy. So we need some better defense for the Sharks. We found that out halfway through the season, last season.
Yeah.
He's a pretty good player. I can't find any dirt on him that will change my mind. So welcome to San Jose. May you slay.
May you slay. I have a couple of other things. One that I'm kind of surprised you didn't have on your list. The Flyers have acquired Joseph Wall.
I didn't know where he went.
Simon Benoit from the Maple Leafs in exchange for Samuel Ersson, Emile Andre, and a 3rd-round pick. Which, honestly...
The Flyers need a new goalie.
Joseph Wall needed to get out of Toronto. I'm not too mad about it. Also, from Toronto, the Maple Leafs have acquired Darren Radish from the Tampa Bay Lightning and signed him to an 8-year deal.
Look, I don't have a bad thing to say. Hopefully the changes will be beneficial. It can't get much worse than it's already been. But the fact that they are still keeping the majority of their stars that have underperformed for them is surprising. That's okay.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Oh my gosh. Another Maple Leafs thing. They hired Jim Hiller, who was the head coach of the LA Kings. So, I feel like that's kind of an even trade.
Literally, God forbid they bring in someone new.
Yeah. God forbid. Speaking of God forbidding, honestly, this is Saturday. I don't know. It might be official by the time that this episode comes out, but Emily Kaplan said NHL investigation on Mike Babcock is wrapping up. Expectation is he'll clear to coach. Yeah. Of course they're going to clear him to coach.
Because a morality clause is really just a suggestion.
Yeah. It is. And the Capitals re-signed Spencer Carberry to a multi-year deal. He was their head coach. So I feel like that's a good move.
And then Jonathan Toews is officially retiring.
Officially this time.
Officially forever. Allegedly.
Forever.
Look, there's just something so near and dear. Jonathan Toews he's near to me. And I wish him a happy retirement. And thank you for all you did.
Yeah. I don't blame him at all. Oh my God. Words are hard.
Words are hard.
I don't blame him at all for wanting to come and do a victory lap.
No, I think he proved to himself that he could come back, which is great. All right, let's call it a day.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I also, real quick, want to talk shit on the Spitting Chicklets podcast, who one of the hosts was pretty immediately like, well, Carolina really only won because they didn't have to face the Florida Panthers in playoffs. I'm like,
they could have
why don't y'all
destroyed
just
the
shut
Florida
up?
Panthers in playoffs.
Yeah.
The Florida Panthers were so trash they didn't even make playoffs. I don't think they were scared of them.
Yeah. It would have been fine. Also, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Anyways, P-Dub.
Which one said that?
I don't know.
Anyone with a ring? Exactly.
Do any of them have rings?
Do any of y'all even know what it takes to get a ring? No. I don't see no ring on those fingers. Shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
I say as someone who can't skate.
You can, just not very well.
Yeah.
You can skate better than I can.
That's true.
Okay, P-Dub. I'm going to go over the awards that were given out. There's like 4 or 5 of them. And then I have one quick comment, and then we'll get into drafts.
I like it.
I did all of the first round picks and PWHL Detroit's first overall pick because they didn't have a first round pick. More on that to come. Okay. Awards. Boston pretty much swept this. They got all but one of them. Coach of the year went to Chris Spar, who actually is now going to be with PWHL Hamilton, but the award is from his time with the Fleet. Defender of the year is Megan Keller.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rookie of the year is Haley Wynn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Goaltender or Billie Jean MVP, Aaron Frankel.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then forward of the year was actually Minnesota, Kelly Panek.
Which, that's surprising.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I was honestly surprised as well.
I like it.
I like it too.
That's a good roundup.
Yeah. Also, I'd be like, I'm the only Boston player that got an award. Ugh.
Do you mean Minnesota?
Yeah, I do. Yesterday, Lauren was like, all right, concussion girl. And then one thing, Zoe Boyd signed with PWHL Hamilton. And I was kind of sad because I loved her in Boston and I knew she loved Boston, so I was kind of surprised. I did not realize she's from the Hamilton area. I think it's like outside of Hamilton, but her mom still lives up there, and she did a podcast clip talking about how she moved back to be closer to her mom, who actually suffered a TBI. You know, think about TBIs?
Yeah.
And has right side paralysis ever since in a severe car accident. But it was honestly very sweet. It made me really emotional. She was like, yeah, I just want to be around my mom as much as I can, and made me really sad. But also excited that she gets to go back home.
Yeah, I think it's a good decision for her and her family.
Yeah.
And it's exciting. I mean, Hamilton looks like they're going to be a good team. I'm excited to see them.
Yeah, they're getting pretty stacked. Okay, draft.
My opener is, get in, loser. It's draft day.
I love that. I should have probably loaded this first. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I have, me personally, she's got the stats. I just wrote down a couple of funnies.
Yeah. Which I should say the PWHL has player profiles on every player that was drafted, if not most of them. If you're looking for more detail, feel free to go look into that. I do have some notes in kind of like their hockey background and like little tidbits if I thought of it. But if you're wanting like an in-depth deep dive into these players, let us know and we can do more. Or you could go to the PWHL website and read it yourself. But also let us know if you want us to talk about it. Okay, one thing of note. How many things have I said one thing of note about now?
Couple.
This is the third. This is the draft pick order as they drew. Vancouver had the first overall pick, and then it went Seattle, Detroit, San Jose, Vegas, Hamilton, New York, Toronto, Minnesota, Boston, Ottawa, and Montreal got the last pick because they won the cup.
Their order selection was ridiculous.
Yes, Lauren read it out to me as they announced it, and I told her then, and then I've seen so many people on the internet talking about it as well. It is honestly insane to me that all of the expansion teams had a pick before New York and Toronto.
Yes.
Because they are, in my eyes, the expansion teams already have a leg up because they've gotten to build out their roster with other players and kind of steal from other teams. In my mind, it should have gone all of the existing teams other than Montreal, expansion teams, and then Montreal last.
I just think it doesn't make sense to do 2 current teams, then all of the expansion teams, and then the rest. Like, it makes no freaking sense.
Yeah, and I get it's like the 2 newest teams, but also the 2 newest teams, Vancouver and Seattle, had extra protections. They had like a leg up. I can't remember what it is now, but I know that they had kind of a leg up on other teams of how they got to protect some extra players. Don't hold me to it. Is that the thing?
Don't hold me accountable for that.
Don't hold me accountable. But yeah, it was very interesting. And then there were some trades for draft picks prior to the draft. Vegas traded a lot for draft picks.
They did.
Vegas traded Abby Boren to Vancouver in return for the 13th overall and the 49th overall picks. And then Vegas also traded Hillary Knight to Detroit for Detroit's first round pick, which we all kind of knew was coming.
Yeah, we were just waiting on the announcement.
Yeah, and honestly, we posted something and people were like, but Hillary Knight's not even staying in Vegas. And we were like, okay.
Yeah, I basically posted saying how I was actually excited after I saw Vegas's I think it was phase 1 or phase 2 picks. And people thought it was all about Hillary Knight, and I was like, it was Erin Ambrose.
Erin Ambrose is staying there. I'm like,
sorry, it was my girl Erin.
Yeah, Hillary Knight's amazing, but don't disrespect our girl Erin Ambrose.
Yeah, I'm like, that's fine. Hillary can go wherever.
Yeah. Vegas also. Oh wait, I saved that twice.
That's okay.
So those were the Vegas trades, and this one was interesting to me because I saw it and I was like, someone messed up here. Boston and Detroit. So Detroit received the 22nd and 34th pick, and Boston received Ella Huber and the 27th pick. Ella Huber was a Boston Fleet player. During phase 1, they didn't protect her. She got picked up by Detroit, and then Detroit traded her back to Boston for picks. And honestly, that was really smart on Detroit.
It was a bit wily.
Because I remember seeing Ella Huber was going to Detroit, and I was like, oh no, that one's going to hurt a little.
Yeah, Boston kind of took a beating in all of this.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about the opening monologue.
Oh my gosh, yes.
What is the guy's name who talks? I don't know.
The announcer?
The
host?
Male. Yeah, the one who did the interviews on the side.
I cannot remember his name. I'm sorry.
The man who did the interviews. I don't know your name, so sorry. He did the voiceover. I believe he did the voiceover for their intro to the draft. And one little tidbit I just wanted to point out.
Oh, no.
For the second year in a row, the league got bigger. And for the second year in a row, Hillary Knight will join one of the new teams, signing a 1-year deal with Vegas as part of a trade to go play in Detroit next season. We didn't have to call her out like that.
That's pretty long-winded. But also, I do wonder how Hillary Knight feels about this being her third season, third team.
I mean, it was her decision to go to Detroit.
Yeah, she did say she wanted to go.
Yeah, which didn't make a ton of sense to me, but it's not for me to understand. So the draft, there was 3 analysts presented by Upper Deck who were on, I don't know where they were, but they were like way up in the arena. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was just like the broadcast booth.
Yeah, but it was just like a normal stadium theater. And then you had on the stage, there was all the PWHL teams with all of their signs and their little banners. And then Billie Jean King, a representative from the Walters family, and then another PWHL official whose name is eluding me. They stood on the stage first, and Billie Jean King gave her opening monologue and officially opened the draft. And then after that, for the first round, one of the executives announced the pick for the entire first round. And then after that, each team got to come and announce their picks for the rest of the draft. And of course, all of their representatives for the teams did their little spiel about how lucky they are to be expanding and blah, blah, blah. And then after they got picked, they went and did like a post-pick interview before they went up on stage and took a picture with the hockey stick and the executives from the team.
No, they did the interview after. They went up and received the stick. And then they would go off to the side and do a little quick interview. And then they went backstage and Jocks and Jills interviewed them all for the podcast.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And then before each pick, the analysts from Upper Deck would do their analysis of who they thought was going to get picked. It honestly flowed really well.
No, I agree. It flowed very well. I felt like there wasn't much time where I was like, this is taking forever.
Yeah, and the theater was packed. Love to see it.
Also, I was kind of expecting, and maybe this is on me, last draft, they would all go and talk to Jocks and Jills, and it was on the broadcast, and I kept waiting on that to happen, and it never did, but then they posted it on their podcast accounts separately.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, when Billie Jean King came up and did her opening monologue, I literally turned to Lauren and I was like, what a crazy time. We live in the same time as Billie Jean King.
We do.
And she's like kicking it.
What an honor.
Yeah.
And she said in her opening monologue, she goes, I'm honored to be joined by Kimber Walter of the Walter family. You know the Walter Cup? And then a couple people laughed and she goes, okay, this is good. This is good. And she kept moving.
It was so
I love
cute.
her so much.
I also wrote that down.
She's
Also,
dear to me.
they interviewed, I believe it was the Vancouver GM. I know it was Cara Gardner. And they were kind of asking her, like, are you excited? Are you nervous? And she goes, I think I'll finally be able to sleep tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked it.
Okay.
It was good.
And the first overall pick of the 2026 PWHL draft was Caroline KK Harvey to the Vancouver Golden Eyes.
Which was not a surprise.
No one was surprised. We both knew, at least. Honestly, the closer we got to the draft, the more obvious it became that KK Harvey was going to go first.
She was winning everything.
Yeah. Also, like, Seattle or Vancouver needs someone like her. So,
I'm so excited she's going to Vancouver.
yes.
Freaking stoked.
Yeah.
KK Harvey and Sarah Nurse, Jen Garner, all of them on one team. Ugh.
Yeah. So, her and Layla were, of course, sitting next to each other.
With their families.
And I think I meant to... Oh... She stopped and hugged Layla's parents as well. Yeah. And I wrote, they're no longer teammates, and I'm emotional. Ew. Also, her hair, makeup, and outfit, superb.
She had like a white suit.
Oh, it was so cool.
It was
she looked
amazing.
Beautiful.
Layla Edwards had said previously that she wouldn't tell Layla what she was going to be wearing, so they were just gatekeeping each other's outfits from each other.
Yeah. So, a quick little recap on who KK Harvey is. 2026 Olympic gold medalist and MVP.
Period.
3-time NCAA champion with the University of Wisconsin. She won the Patty Kazmaier and was the International Ice Hockey Federation Player of the Year. I also tried to find everybody's majors if they just graduated college. She was a general management major, and this was so funny to me, and I don't want to like call out, I don't want her to feel awkward, not that she's literally ever going to see this, but she did like grab this stick and was like going to walk off the stage, and they were like, no, come take a picture, which is just real.
I mean, I would be in shock the whole time.
Yeah. And that's all I'm going to say about her right now. We do have an episode about her and Layla Edwards. If it's episode 76. If you wanted to go listen and find out more, we did pretty much what?
We got a lot more in depth than we are going to here for the sake of time.
Yes. Second overall pick was to the Seattle Torrent, and it was Abby Murphy.
I was pissed about it. I really, 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 really wanted Layla Edwards to go to Seattle so that they would be close, number one, and also because I love Layla Edwards, and I did feel like she was a second round pick.
Second overall.
Yeah, second overall.
Yeah. Jocks and Jills did put out what they thought that the picks, how they would land. And it had Layla Edwards going third overall to Vegas. And I was kind of like, dang, I don't want her to end up at Vegas.
Yeah.
Which she didn't, spoiler, but that would have been third at the earliest. And it really threw me. I was like, what do you mean? But I also think it comes down to a lot of players need forwards.
A lot of teams need forwards.
Yeah, a lot of teams need forwards. And after she played defense in the Olympics, I think PW kind of sees her as more of a defender. But
the duality of her, she can do both.
Yeah.
She can do everything but goalkeep.
But Abby Murphy went to the University of Minnesota. She's a forward/winger, and her major is human resources and coaching. She spent 5 years there and was co-captain the past 2 years, breaking their goal record last season. And she's also a 2-time Olympic medalist. 2026 she had gold, and 2022 she had silver.
She's a bit of a controversial figure. She's very much in the stream of Britta Hurl, Salami.
Yeah.
And people are generally not happy that she is going to Seattle if you are a Seattle fan.
Yeah. I've seen some people that are like, I'm going to give her a chance. It just, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about her. All I know is that when the men's national team laughed at women, she said that it was a shame that they had to apologize. Meanwhile, no one other than Charlie McAvoy actually said, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But she kind of defended them in that, which, like, whatever. I already did my whole spiel about, like, it might not have affected the PWHL or, like, the players of that team, but it will affect younger generations of girls. Anyways,
she's also just a dirty player.
She's a dirty player. It just I don't
like
know.
Britta Hurl.
She reminds me a lot of Britta Hurl. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. That's where I'm at.
I have one more thing about her.
Okay.
In her post-draft interview, not the Jocks and Jill one, but the actual like PWHL coverage one, they basically asked her if she was ready to get targeted.
I did not pick up on that.
Yeah, he was like, you're known to throw a lot of hits and be very physical.
Yeah, I do remember this now.
How do you feel knowing that that's going to put a target on your back in PWHL and that multiple players are going to want to target you specifically? Which was a wild interview question, and I respect the heck out of them. Like, that's television, not that I want to see. And she, of course, gave some like PR answer. She didn't actually answer the question at all. She was just like, I'm excited to play and contribute to the team and whatever.
Yeah. I wrote, because she didn't grow up in a hockey family. Her neighbor is the one who introduced her to hockey. I wrote, it's a shame for the city of Seattle, but maybe the city's culture will help educate her a bit more. She is a really big goal scorer, though, which is something that Seattle needs desperately.
They do, now that they lost friggin' Hillary Knight.
Okay, third overall pick. This was originally supposed to be Detroit's pick, but they traded for Hillary Knight, and the pick went to Las Vegas, which honestly, if you're going to give up Hillary Knight, first round pick seems reasonable to me personally. And this was the one that they estimated to be Layla Edwards, but instead it was Tessa Janek, one of those two. And she is a Penn State forward, major in nutritional physiology and biochemistry.
Also, you said that them trading their first round pick for a first round pick makes sense to you, but I believe that you meant to say them trading Hillary Knight for 2 first round picks makes sense.
It's only 4-1 first round pick. They had to because they already had a first round pick.
Who?
Vegas got one because they're a team, so they obviously got to pick in the first round. They got a second one because they traded Hillary Knight.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. Maybe it's the concussion, but it made sense to me, and yours isn't making sense to me, but it's making sense to you. Okay, Tessa's from Penn State, a forward. She holds the school record of points. She's got 89 career goals, 201 points, and only 145 games played. And that is the record for both men's and women's teams in Penn State. She also, of course, has a gold in the 2026 Olympics. She's a 2-time world champ, and she's scored the overtime gold medal winning goal. God.
The gold goal.
In the World Championship of 2025. And she did the stick toss into the crowd.
It's just so crazy because it's so competitive in the PWHL. Everyone's resume is so freaking stacked.
Everyone. They're coming in out of college with gold medals.
Yeah.
Multiple. She's a very, very solid center, but she also has a lot of points. They're saying she's the type of player that won't need any transition time. She'll be able to hop into the PW and just play, which is a big compliment. Mm-hmm. And her parents are both teachers in small towns, and her dad was crying. Her dad, I'm pretty sure, is the one that she got drafted. She got up to hug him, and he immediately whipped out the phone and was going. Okay, 4th overall to San Jose, Layla Edwards.
I'm really happy that she landed in San Jose.
Me too.
I think that city and the team so far just have really great vibes. I'm excited.
The PR opportunities with the twins is going to be great. With Mac and Will Smith. Get them 3 in a room.
For real.
Yeah, I have in all caps, she's saved from Las Vegas. Because that's where I thought she was going.
I did think she was going to Vegas.
Yeah.
For sure.
A little bit about Layla. University of Wisconsin. She played as a forward, but she also played as a defender on Team USA in the 2026 Olympics, where, of course, she won gold. She's a 3-time NCAA champion and 2024 world champion. She's also the youngest American named MVP at Women's Worlds. That was 2022. And that was also her debut for the World Championships. She's also been breaking barriers for being the first Black woman to be drafted into the PWHL, but also play for Team USA in the Olympics. My question is, what position is she going to play in the PW?
They asked her a little bit, or it felt like they were trying to ask her a little bit about that, and she basically was like, I don't know, I'm going to do whatever they tell me to do. Yeah. But then in her post-draft interview, it basically was all about her and KK's friendship, which to me, I'm like, she's so much more than just that friendship. That would have been a great time to ask her literally anything else. But it's fine because Layla was like, look, that's my girl. That's my ride or die. Like, I don't know if y'all saw it, but when she got drafted, I started crying.
Yeah, she did.
And they're like, yeah, KK came out to watch you get drafted.
Yeah.
I just love them. I need her in Vancouver next season. I'm so excited for her.
Yeah, maybe one day they'll be on the same team again. Yeah, Layla, about what position she was going to play, she said that they haven't had that convo yet, but that she trusts him enough to make the proper decision. I assume she'll probably play both. I think season 1, they'll probably start her as a forward and then try to transition her to a defender when necessary. But I don't know. We'll see. Also, something I didn't notice while watching, but I saw afterwards in an interview she did, she stood up and she first turned to KK's mom and hugged her because she was like, I'm working my way down the line. And so when she turned to her mom and hugged her second, her mom was like, you're going to what the heck? And she was like, I'm sorry. Okay, 5th overall to PWHL Vegas, their second pick of the first round, Lacey Eden. Her family was so ecstatic. They were so cute. She played for University of Wisconsin, of course. I could not find her major. Speaking of majors, Layla Edwards' major was social welfare. She can be a social worker. But Lacey, she is the first NCAA women's player to win 4 national championships. She led the nation in scoring with 77 points. I'm assuming that's in one season. I don't know. But she's also the 4th player to have 100 career goals. Other ones were Brianna Decker, Hillary Knight, and I didn't write down the 3rd. I'm sorry. She's got 5 medals, 2 golds, 3 silvers, all at the world level. And she was kind of a shock to be left off of the Olympic roster for the 2026 Olympics. But that roster was so hard to make.
Is she the one that in her post-draft interview they basically asked her about it, about how she was left off Team USA? I don't
think they asked her about it.
I think it was just speculation about how it was.
She's the Swiftie.
She like used it to, she's the Swiftie.
Yeah.
She used it to just like elevate her game even more. Some company line or whatever.
Yeah. I also think it's funny. I like to check Wikipedia on people because I feel like you get some very out-of-pocket things, and then I try to fact check it. And I say when it's not fact checked. So I don't know if this is real or not, but her Wikipedia personal life, the only note was Eden's favorite post-game meal is pesto pasta with chicken and arugula. And I was like, what a crazy thing to just be on your Wikipedia page.
Honestly, great meal pick.
Yeah.
I do like that.
Yeah.
It's got all your essentials.
Yeah. Okay, 6th overall to PWHL Hamilton, Nellie Leighton, who... I found this out while doing a little bit more research on her. She is dating Jesperi Kotkaniemi.
No way.
Yeah. I knew that he was dating a hockey player who was in college still. Because he's like 23. He's young.
Finnish, right?
Yes.
Let me speak on this for a second.
Finnish.
I don't know what the official grouping was, but all of the Finnish players and their families were sitting together, and they all did kind of what Layla and KK and their families did, which is they like hugged and thanked everyone from the Finnish section with them, because I kept seeing the same just angelic faces.
Yeah.
The just most beautifully blonde heads of hair you've ever seen in your life too, that looked organic.
Yeah, like,
and I was like, there is no way that these are all the same families, and they are not. They're all just Finnish, and I loved it.
It always throws me off when I see someone that's a natural blonde.
Yes.
I mean, technically, I'm a natural blonde.
Not like them.
But not like them. It's different. It always throws me off.
They literally just look like angels.
It was crazy. But yeah, I didn't notice it until she pointed it out. She was like, there's that same family that I've seen 8 times now.
Yeah, it was the 3rd time. The 2nd time I was like, maybe they're just family friends. By the 3rd time I was like, no, y'all are all just Finnish people sitting together. I like it.
Yeah. But about Nellie, she also went to the University of Minnesota. You'll notice a theme emerges. It's Minnesota or Minnesota or Wisconsin. Bro. Speaking of my random accent, we were watching, and all of a sudden we saw a familiar face. Ellen Hughes.
We'll get to that.
Do you have notes? Okay.
Yes, I have notes on it.
It threw me. Anyways, Nellie was captain of the University of Minnesota's hockey team. She's also a business major and a 2-time Olympian for Team Finland, including being an alternate captain in the 2026 Olympics. She's a 2-way defender and a very strong one, but also gets a lot of points. She played 33 games actually, I think that's career for college, because I think they don't play that many. And she had 30 points. So pretty much a point per game. And Ellen Huber met her at the Olympics and told someone in the PWHL world that that's a player we need to circle for the draft.
Yeah, because the analysts from the upper deck were the ones who were talking about that.
Yeah. Which I'm like, that's high praise.
Yeah, for real.
A PW player being like, we need to talk about her.
You're on my radar, girl.
You're on my radar.
I'm gonna spread the word about you.
Yeah. 7th overall to the New York Sirens, Emma Peschel. People started booing. And it was kind of before her name was announced, because they were like, from Ohio State, and then boos started. So I think they were booing Ohio, not necessarily this player, because I haven't found anything about her that would be cause for booing.
It was weird.
It was very strange.
Maybe they have a rivalry I just don't know about because I don't follow a lot of other sports.
I don't
know.
I don't know. But she is a defender, a biology major who intends to pursue med school when she finishes her hockey career.
Casual.
That's like the third.
Literally.
Like the pipeline of PW to med school is kind of crazy if you really look into it.
It is.
She is a 2024 NCAA champ and was co-captain her final season. Went to the Olympic camp, was a standout, but was not picked for the Olympic team. She is a very physical player. Don't know if that's clean or dirty, but something to keep an eye out for.
Well, they didn't ask her if she was expecting to get targeted her first season, so she's not as dirty as Abby Murphy.
Yeah, that's fair. 8th overall to the Toronto Scepters. There's a little something behind that one.
A little razzle for your dazzle.
A little razzle for my dazzle. Kristen Sims, University of Wisconsin.
Yes.
A forward. I don't know her major. I'm just
boss.
Nosy is my thing. I just want to know. They announced Kristen Sims. She popped up on the screen and I was like, I thought she already played in the P-Dub.
We both were like, wait, don't you already play for the P-Dub? How can you get drafted?
Yeah, it really threw me off, but you guessed it. She played for Team USA in the most recent Olympics, winning gold. She's also a 2025 World Championship, 3-time NCAA champion. And they called in the broadcast, they were like, well, Toronto is a pressure cooker, and I think she'll still be able to handle that pressure. Calling Toronto a pressure cooker is an understatement.
They had some of the reads that they were saying on this broadcast. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't think y'all got the same. I think y'all went to the PR school of Lauren.
And this is from the PWHL bio of her. She was named the most outstanding player in the 2025 NCAA tournament after scoring 2 dramatic goals, a game-tying penalty shot with 18 seconds remaining in regulation, and the overtime winner to lead Wisconsin to their 8th national championship.
Just casual.
Just things. I read that and I was like, I could see it in my head. Okay, 9th overall. Sarah Swiderski to the Minnesota Frost. She also played for Ohio, but there was no booing.
Well, it wasn't Ohio State, so I don't know.
This was Ohio State. They both played for Ohio State.
I don't know.
It was weird. Her degree was in business. She is the first Canadian to be drafted in 2026. PWHL draft. She was. Indeed. And she didn't play in the Olympics, but she played in the under-18 Worlds, winning gold in 2022. They call her a depth defender, physical, and contributes both ways. She also can play left or right D pairing.
Yeah.
Which is going to be big. Because also, Minnesota, I keep forgetting they lost a lot of players, actually. But
yeah, they really did. I couldn't even really tell you who was still there. I'm waiting
Taylor
to see
Heisey and Grace Sumwinkle, because they could never be separated.
That's true.
I'm pretty sure it's in their contracts that they have to be together always.
I would put it in my contract.
The broadcasters made a very valid point. Minnesota develops defenders very well. So even though she plays pretty well, her game is probably going to continue to grow being on that team, which
I'm a big fan of their work.
Minnesota develops players overall very well. Yeah. They're a very strong organization. And
I would not call them a pressure cooker.
Yeah. So Sarah Swiderski and Emma Peschel, who was drafted 7th overall, are kind of the Layla Edwards, KK Harvey of Ohio State. Also, they shared a really cute moment backstage, and they're friends because they did the, I would do it to you, but you don't touch.
No, I'm good. Thank you so much.
It was very sweet. It made me...
What is it? Waffle. They waffled.
They waffled and just, with each other, which was really cute.
I just loved it so much because they're all in so much shock.
Yeah.
That they're really just blank faced because it's one of the most important moments of their career.
I'm sure they're like, don't trip, don't trip, don't trip.
Yes, I would be like,
oh my God,
blacked out. I don't know who I am or what's going on.
Sweat stains.
Yes, the sweat stains alone.
The upper lip sweat.
It would be so foul.
Oh my God. Yeah. Okay.
And everyone was also serving look after look after look after look. Straight hits.
Banger. No, everybody looked amazing.
Yeah. That was my Met Gala.
That was my Met Gala. Oh my God.
Let me know before we get to Victoire, because I have things to say before.
Okay. 10th overall, Boston Fleet chose Grace Dwyer. Cornell U, which is not a school you see often in the drafts. She is a defender. Also couldn't find her major, but they called her a shutdown D. Co-captain in her final season and was named to the first team All-Ivy in the final season, which I forget Cornell's in Ivy League. I mean, obviously.
I forget Cornell exists, to be quite frank with you. And all I could think about when they were calling her a shut it down?
Shut down defender.
Is in New Girl. There's this episode where Jess is basically doing like a PSA to the teachers to stop being inappropriate after Coach and the school nurse are getting it on, and then Coach is revealed to be a whore. And she does this thing that's like, and remember, what are we going to do? Shut it down. And I could not unhear that. Couldn't unhear it if I tried.
Funny. I'm not going to be able to unhear that now that you've pointed it out.
Good.
They said that she will play a lot like Haley Wynn. So, period.
And period.
And in her little interview after taking the picture with the team, he says, "Congratulations, you've been drafted to a team that spent last night walking up and down the stage winning awards." Because Boston swept the awards. There's some good nap.
Do you remember who it was that she wasn't a finish, but I think she was she was in the first round. Because they asked her, she's got like brothers that play. Yes, I remember who it is. It's Scott Morrow. It's a Morrow sister. So I'll just hold on.
She was not in the first round, but I do have a note about her.
Hey, what's the first round if not the second round, you know? It's all in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah, it was the second round. That's true.
Remind me. Well, no, you're concussed. I'll remind myself to talk about it.
I have a note, so we'll get to it.
Okay.
Boston did not have a second round pick, because they gave it to Detroit for Ella Huber, by the way.
They called backsies.
They literally said, wait, no.
They said, just kidding.
I actually want my ex back, please. 11th overall to the Ottawa Charge, Vivian Jungles. University of Wisconsin, a defender, the longtime D partner of KK Harvey, and the youngest of 4 hockey siblings. She was also named Minnesota's 2022 Miss Hockey, has 3 NCAA championships, hopefully will be a good replacement for Rory Gilday, is kind of the hope for that player. Also, that was the interview that it glitched and like cut her interview in half.
I'm really glad you brought up the Charge, because I meant to say at the top of the episode, and that glitch was so stupid. We were around at least once to make sure it wasn't just like our channel glitching.
Yeah.
Because it was a great question, and I honestly really wanted to hear her answer, but it glitched. And then the next thing you see and hear is just the audience laughing so loud. And I was like, I want to laugh too. I want to know. Ask her again. The people want to know.
If you know what it was, please tell us.
And then Ottawa Charge did come to an agreement to have their home arena for this upcoming season be the Canadian Tire Center.
Yeah.
Previously, they were in some like small arena that were going to be downsized even more, and the team basically was like, we'll leave. Like, we're not going to be held back by y'all. We will fill these seats, and they proved it multiple times over the season. Mm-hmm. So shout out Canadian Tire Center. I was not familiar with your game. Big fan. Love you, queen. Ooh. And I'm so glad you said that, because I was like, wait a second. They also signed one other thing. They have bilateral grigs now. They've got a male grig for the Senators and a female grig for the Charge that they announced today that I meant to talk about as well.
They signed Dara Gregg?
They did sign Dara Gregg.
Oh, I kind of love that.
They signed her to a 2-year agreement. I can't remember her brother's name because
Ridley.
I'm glad you know that.
Ridley and Dara Greg. I wonder if they're going to live together.
Cannot imagine a
Actually,
worse
yeah,
thing
you're
than living
right.
with my adult brother.
You're so right, actually. Also, is he married or engaged? I think he's engaged.
I don't know.
I don't know. This is your chance to say whatever you were going to say prior to the Victoire pick.
All right, let me paint a scene for y'all.
Paint it.
So the Victoire on the clock. You get 5 minutes in the first round for draft picks, and it is at the end of their time allotment. The clock is done, and every single team gets 3 timeouts that will buy you an extra 3 minutes of time to make your decision. That has never been utilized before.
Mm-hmm.
So it pans to the Victoire table, and everyone is just
literally.
No one's talking to each other. It seems like a hostile work environment. And they were like, wow, for the first time ever, we are going to have a team utilize their timeout. So they utilize the timeout, and as the announcers are basically announcing it and talking about like how teams get them and whatever, it cuts back to the Victoire table, and every single one of them is just like, ha 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 ha, like having the time of their freaking lives. They literally psychological warfare us. They just psyched us out. Truly.
I didn't know what they meant, because it was like their time was running out or whatever, and then they go, they're gonna use the timeout actually, and we went to commercial, and I was like,
I didn't realize that was an option.
What does that mean? So I had to look it up. And then
you looked it up, and then they announced it right after, because you were like, I'm sorry, what?
And I said they made herstory.
They did make herstory. And then I will talk about the picks interview, but I'll let you announce the pick.
Okay. The last pick in the first round was
This is a really hard name.
Pietra Nieminen.
I think you did really good with that.
I wrote out how to say it. To the Victoire, she is also from Finland and a very experienced forward. She is 27 years old, but she led the Swedish league in scoring 2 years in a row. She has 5 titles to her name in the Swedish league, is a 3-time Olympian with Team Finland, bronze in 2018 and 2022, played with Tapani and Karvinen, and has a little bit of a mean streak on ice, but she's really, really good at shootouts.
But again, not like Abby Murphy.
No, not like Abby Murphy.
They make very clear to point that out.
Yeah. And she is... That's just not true. I wrote second Finn in the first round, but that's like the third or fourth.
Yeah, she is not.
That's just not true. Yeah, great at shootouts.
So their post-draft interview, their question is basically, so the Victoire needed their additional time to make sure that they were making the correct draft pick, and they called your name. How does that make you feel? What was that? It was so...
I mean,
English is my first language, and even I would have been dumbfounded.
Also, it will never cease to amaze me. And I know it's because in the U.S., they do not teach us extra languages. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And so hearing people speak English when it's not their first language and with hardly any accent is just always wild to me. I'm always like, wow, the U.S. has done me dirty.
Anyone who can speak a second language and do an interview in a second language, I'm just like,
yeah,
because you're better than me. I'm bow down at the altar of you.
Yeah. I feel like maybe I should.
I mean, they're offering Latin as a second language in school. Who the fuck needs to know Latin?
I took Spanish because you have to take a year to graduate in our district, and I didn't learn a freaking thing. Genuinely. I think I left that class with less Spanish knowledge than I started it with.
I mean, me personally, I did 3 years of Spanish. I was not fluent by any means, but I could definitely hold a conversation in Spanish.
Yeah.
And I wish to God that I hadn't gotten so busy with, saving human lives and the whatnot and kept my Spanish, because it just would have helped me so much more.
I know more baby sign language than I do any other language.
I mean, it's ASL. There's not a baby or a human version or an adult version. It's just a human version, right?
Yeah, but I know like what they teach babies, like mama, dada, milk, more.
Yeah, we've talked several times about how we would like to learn a second language when I'm done with school.
Yeah, it's true. Okay. The first pick for Detroit didn't come until the 15th overall, which was in the second round. But I felt like I should talk about their first pick in the draft.
Also, mind you, they're showing the Detroit table, and I was like, we know that diva. It's Ellen Hughes. Ellen Hughes, what are you doing here?
Yes, she is on a 1-month consulting contract with Detroit, I think kind of to help with the draft and the build out of the original team.
She looked incredible. I wrote down, and where are her fuck ass sons that support women? Where are they? Are they in Detroit?
Women?
They support women. Just women in general.
Just women in general.
Specifically women in hockey. And you would know that by their lack of a presence showing up to support their mother in her PWHL consulting term.
Yeah. It's like...
I'm sorry. That's
she's
just the difference
such a
between...
boy mom in all the negative sense, you know?
I mean...
You know how
I don't know her that well. I loved Ellen Hughes until she stuck up for her son so freaking hard, which fair play to her. That's your kids.
Yeah.
And you really don't have much of a choice when you're being put on the spotlight, but you didn't have to go that direct with it. You know, like you didn't have to stand up that tall. That's neither here nor there, though. It's always nice to see her, I guess. Less nice after the Olympics, but interesting nonetheless. She was also the only woman at that table. No, she was not. That's such a lie.
Manon Rayum.
I was like, the woman, the hockey woman was at that table.
Yes. And honestly, this was perfect for me because they drafted 15th overall Andrea Brandley, who is a goaltender, which Manon Rayun, and I only know how to pronounce that correctly because of Cat's Eye. Manon Rayun. Is a goaltender, or was a goaltender. She's since retired, but she was the goaltender for women. Also, they did like Detroit, you're on the clock. Fans did not stop cheering. And then they started chanting, "Let's go Detroit." The pick was announced. They started chanting it again and like the whole time. It was great. I knew that it was going to be an incredible environment, especially when Detroit was picking because they're in Detroit. But I was just like, wow,
the vibes were just immaculate.
Yeah, the vibes were so good. But Andrea is a goaltender, the most decorated goalie in the draft. She's 28 years old and was the top goalie of the Swedish league, the SDHL. She's a 2-time Olympian with Switzerland and won bronze in 2026. Detroit needed a goaltender as well.
Bad.
Yeah. Fans are chanting again. I love her suit jacket. Also, Peep the Olympic rings necklace. Yes. Yeah. And
I loved her Olympic necklace.
My favorite thing about this whole thing was she's giving it her post-draft interview, and Manon is just...
Manon literally looked like a proud mother.
Yeah.
Which, like, she kind of is. I mean, she's kind of the mother of modern hockey.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too emotional about it, so I'm going to leave it at that, but she is everything to me.
Yeah. We have an episode on her, too. Or we at least talked about her in an episode.
And also her brother, when he got up to do his, this is in round 2, when they're allowed to speak. He got up and did his little, like, so happy to be here, whatever. Then he extended, oh, sorry, did you have that written down?
Is it where he accidentally said the NHL?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't think that was him, but I just thought I would check. You continue.
This is, I believe it was him that said something in French to the Victoire. They didn't translate it. The Victoire table literally stonewalled him. There was not a single smile. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure it was just like, congratulations. Yeah. Like, so proud of you or whatever. They were not having it. I felt embarrassed.
They were like, in war mode.
Sorry that man extended an olive branch, but... I think it's really fun to have the 2 siblings in the PWHL.
I think so,
If we're going to let a man in here, I'll let him have a trial run.
Him and Pascal from the Sirens, I believe. Yes.
Wait, was it the Sirens? It doesn't matter. One man said it. Who cares? I feel like it was her brother.
I don't remember. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay. No, I think it was Pascal.
I think it was Pascal.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Which, technically, they're both named Pascal.
You're right.
So.
You know what? Hell yeah.
You know what? Hell yeah. Okay, also, one last thing about Andrea, and then I've got a couple quick notes, and then we'll wrap up. But she took a picture with Manon, obviously. She just got drafted, and they asked her about it, and she says, I'm probably going to put it up on my wall at home.
Yeah.
Which, I mean,
Absolutely.
Especially a goaltender to goaltender. Yeah.
I would be inconsolable how much I would be crying.
Okay. Random notes. The 31st overall pick for New York was announced by Al Shaw. And he goes with the 31st overall pick in the 2026 PWHL draft. He like immediately caught it, but it didn't matter because fans started booing him.
And I'm so sorry because I also would probably say something wrong in that intense of an environment, but yikes, bruh.
Also, apparently, Britta Curl was mentioned at some point, and fans also started booing. Good. I think it was because the commentators, the audio was in the arena as well. Like, they were hearing exactly what we were hearing, and I think it was when they were comparing Abby Murphy to Britta Curl, and the fans started booing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Period.
Let's keep it going.
Us, we're going to hold people accountable. Okay, Sydney Morrow was drafted 14th overall, and she stood up, and I was like, Morrow, I know that last name, and she looks familiar. And then it's next to her. Scott Morrow is her brother, which, like, hopefully she has a better career than he does.
If you're not Canes fans, that means nothing to you, but we got him for a little bit last season and then traded him to the Rangers,
which we
won that trade.
We got Keandre Miller, so
yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, and also Scott Morrow played mainly in the minors.
He's still, the Rangers are basically the minors of the MNHL, to be quite frank with you. And her post-interview or post-draft interview, they were like, well, you've been playing hockey, like your older brother plays hockey professionally. Basically, like, how was that growing up or whatever? And she was like, and also my younger brother plays in the juniors, and he's really good too. We all play hockey. Yeah. And that is just so older sister. She was super nice about it. I was like, I see you, older sibling. Love it.
I did love that.
I just really like their family from what I've seen. When we get anyone to a team that I am a fan for, I do a deep dive.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've had her on my radar. I was really excited when she got drafted.
Okay. I mainly have a quote from you. They said this is the first time there have been 3 Finns drafted in a single draft. I think there ended up being more than that, but Lauren goes, more Finns, more wins, PWHL edition.
Literally. There was at least 3 Finns in the first round.
Yeah. Agreed. Who was it? Then there's a player. What were you about to say?
You're good. You go.
New York drafted a player, Caitlin Roberts, and she is a woman of color as well, and I think she was only the second outside of Layla to be drafted. And I saw a post-draft interview, and the what is it?
The post-draft interview, the question.
What do you call the people that ask? Reporter?
The interviewer.
The interviewer asked, she was like, as a black woman in Detroit, like, you don't really see other black women playing hockey. Like, how did you get into this or whatever?
I remember this.
Yeah, and Caitlin said, growing up, I've seen a few black players on both the men's and women's side, so being in that small number is huge to me, and I don't take it lightly. But a couple things about her. She was a player at Penn State, won 113 games, won 4 straight conference regular season and tournament championships, made the program's first ever Frozen Four, and was one of 7 of her classmates that was drafted last in the PWHL draft. And that's the most of any NCAA team, which honestly is crazy because it's Penn State.
Truly.
But
I loved her
She
response.
seemed so sweet and just so mature, like well-spoken, I guess is the word I'm looking for. And I can't wait to keep an eye out on her.
Well, you got to think about all the extra pressure
and
expectations placed on any person of color when they're in a largely white-dominated sport.
It's true.
As Michelle Obama said.
My mom.
Miss you.
I miss you.
Yeah, I was on TikTok last night and listening to her speech to Barack, and like freaking the Clintons are there, the Bushes are there, and I'm like, ooh, take me back.
Yeah. Little did I know her whole wheat rolls in the lunchroom, they were necessary.
Thank you for nutrition labels. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I was a brat. I didn't know how bad food was for me.
I was just a kid. In my opinion, the nasty, bad for you rolls do taste better than whole wheat, but I understand where you were coming from.
I know why they taste better.
As an adult, I get it.
And there was one other player, I can't remember her name. I wrote down Sloan, and I have no other context for who that is. It cuts to her post-draft interview, and the interviewer's like, she just asked me if I would tell her what questions I was planning on asking her. And no way am I going to tell you that. And then starts asking her questions or whatever. It was just a really cute moment.
That's funny. This is my last note. And what?
This is your last note.
This is my last note.
Concussion is really showing
These lights are really bright. My head is kind of really hurting, but it's fine. I saw the Calgary Flames put out like, congratulations, Jade Aginla. I literally just heard it and I couldn't say it. I'm gonna say Aginla. And I was like, what? That's kind of strange. I didn't expect to see any NHL teams congratulating anybody, and that's the only one I saw, and I was like, what? And so I looked into her, and her dad was Jerome Arthur Aginla, which that's a lot of names. Jerome Arthur Lee Adelkalun Tig Jr. Elvis Aginla.
My God.
But he played for the Calgary Flames. He actually hit the 1,500 games mark.
Oh, lovely.
Which is crazy. And he is widely regarded as one of the best players of his generation. He played for the Flames, the Penguins, the Bruins, Colorado, and the Kings between 1996 to 2017. And he married his high school sweetheart. And this is...
I love that.
Yeah. Jade is the only daughter, and I believe the oldest. She has two brothers that also play, but they still play in juniors. Mm-hmm. But I was like, oh, I love seeing a legacy. You're a legacy until you become a Nepo. There's a fine line, and I will decide. But they seem really cute. Like a really sweet family.
Of the Flames to do.
Yeah, it is very sweet.
I honestly forget they exist.
Dude, me too.
Right.
I can't look at that team and not see Johnny Gaudreau, though.
And with that,
I'm sorry.
We will leave you until next week, and we will talk about the MNHL draft.
Yes, we will. I believe. I gotta double check. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it because it's Friday, right?
Let me double check really, 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 really quick.
I also keep sinking into this couch.
Yeah, that couch will suck you in for sure.
It just like pulls you in. I was like this.
June 26th.
Which would be
so yeah, the
Thursday.
following Friday through Saturday.
Which we're only going to talk about the first 5 picks and then anybody that stands out because I can't talk about 32.
There's too
many. I'm sorry, I can't. But I'll talk about any notable ones. it'll be a shorter.
And if there's any MNHL prospects that are going to get drafted that you want us to do a little spiel on, DM us, send us a message, whatever, so we can make sure that we don't miss them.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week. Hopefully Concussion Girl over here will be a little bit better and these bright lights won't be bothering her so bad. But until then, also, I know it's literally 90 degrees outside, but it's cold in our house.
It's cold in here.
And here it's winter.
It's rainy. We're pretending it's winter.
Exactly. Have a good one.
Bye.